This story begins on the grounds of Sioux City's 4th Academy. Today is the day when students become players of the inner world. Students of the 4th Academy are standing on top of a magic formation. From the stage, Principal Jinlong congratulates the students and says, "Today the system will tell you your class once you enter this formation. Whether you become a strong swordsman, tenacious knight, agile assassin, or a powerful mage, fate will be the one to decide. You should believe that all of you will become outstanding individuals of your own classes." After motivating them, the principal shouts, "Activate the transfer formation." On the principal's command, that magic formation gets activated, and all the students standing on top of that formation start to teleport. Among all those side characters, there is our protagonist, Leon. It has been 18 years since he reincarnated into this world, and finally, the day has come he was waiting for. This world is called Kaiji Star, a parallel world that is extremely similar to Earth. But unlike Earth, the artificially developed inner world suddenly descended, causing the human world to be overturned. Various difficult dungeons emerged around the world. Upon reaching 18 years of age, humans will get abilities through the transfer formation and use them to clear the dungeons. By killing monsters, they can level up and gain attribute points to increase their strength. Leon was teleported into a black space generated by the system. The system welcomes player Leon on his first time entering the inner world. The system asks Leon if he would like to roll for his class. This is all very exciting for Leon, but he acts calm and says, "System, roll for my class." Leon acts calm, but inside he is begging all of his ancestors to let him get a good class. After getting permission from Leon, the system starts the rolling progress. Suddenly, Leon gets covered by dark green flames. The flames don't burn him. Instead, they turn into skeletons and fly above his head. The system congratulates Leon on getting a hidden class. He awakens the hidden Necromancer class. "This is too amazing." Leon shouts, "Holy shit, this is so awesome!" The reason why Leon is so happy is that a Necromancer is an extremely rare class that only 1 or 2 people in the entire world can get. With a wave of a staff, countless top-notch undead creatures can be summoned from the gates of hell. As long as they have enough mana, they can become a one-man army. Leon knows that, in general, getting a hidden class means one will be more powerful than other people. Leon opens his status window to check his attribute page first. The status window shows that Leon's class is Necromancer, and his realm is Apprentice. His strength is 10, defense is 6, agility is 9, spirit is 0, mana is 10 out of 10, health is 10 out of 10, and his experience is 0 out of 10. Everything was normal, but the most noticeable thing in his status window is his spirit, which is 0. Leon is too shocked to see that his spirit is 0. Where can one find a Necromancer who has 0 spirit? Leon is in great shock because the beginning attribute points are distributed randomly, like one's class, and the highest point one can get is 10. Spirit is the most important attribute for a mage. If it's below 5, then how the hell is Leon supposed to fight? The system doesn't understand human emotions and couldn't see how someone is feeling. At the time when Leon was in the biggest crisis of his life, the system asks him if he wishes to roll for his talent now. Leon, while crying, says, "Do it. Nothing matters anymore. I'm doomed. Even if I get an S-grade talent, it's useless if my spirit is 0. For viewers' general information, talents are divided into 7 grades, from F to S. Now the rolling for talent starts. Suddenly, Leon gets covered in some kinds of energy. The system congratulates him on getting the talent, Brave Heart of a Mage. His talent's grade is unknown, but it grants 10 attribute points. Leon checks the details. The system tells him about Brave Heart of a Mage. In passive effect, attribute points will be awarded after the player kills an enemy with physical attacks. In active effect, the player can increase other attribute values to the same value as a certain attribute value. There is a limitation for only one, and the attribute can be bound before using the active effect. Leon was too shocked and checked that he didn't read this wrong because getting free attribute points is an almost impossible thing to do. One can only get attribute points when they level up. Other than that, if someone wants to increase their attributes, they can only train hard. Leon says, "With this passive, as long as I kill the enemy with physical attacks, I can get attribute points. And even though I can only use the active effect once, it can still raise my other attributes to the same level as my highest attribute. If Leon uses this now, he can become an all-rounder with 10 points in all attributes. A newbie with 10 in all attributes. He will become a monster that will be recorded in history. He thought, if I wait till my strength attribute reaches 1,000 or even million and use this skill then, a necromancer with million points in each attribute, I'll truly become a terrifying one-man army. Leon thought and laughed because his passive requires him to attack physically. So isn't strength the most important? He raised his hand in excitement and told the system to put all the 10 attribute points into strength. The system allocated the 10 points into his strength. Now his strength stat is 20, and other stats are the same. Next up is to register and finish the beginner task. Only after clearing the beginner task would it be considered a successful obtaining of the class. The system starts transporting Leon to the beginner task, and he disappears inside the pool of blue lights. After teleporting from the system-generated space, Leon arrives at a bridge made of rocks. He was teleported in front of a dark blue portal that leads to a beginner's dungeon. Also, on the bridge, there was a guide, to be exact, a hot elf with all the qualities of a waifu. The elf introduced herself as Elaine and asked Leon if he needed any help. Leon could not take his eyes off Elaine. He thought, is she really just an NPC? He was too disappointed. Leon told her that he is here to register and accept his beginner task. Elaine said, no problem. I will be happy to help. She summons a box and gives it to Leon as a beginner's gift. Leon receives equipment, an old robe, and a beginner's staff. He also gets an F-grade skill book for summoning skeletons. Leon wears the robe and said, this is basically just an accessory. The summoning skill is useless to him since he has 0 spirit. But Leon loves the beginner's staff because it looks very strong. He said, with 20 points of strength, this staff is going to be very useful for hitting things. The elf was confused hearing what Leon was talking about. Leon turns around in confidence and asks Elaine, what's my beginner task? Elaine points at the beginner dungeon and said, your task is to escape from the misty cave. Elaine continued explaining that for this task, Leon has to be very careful. He must not kill any skeleton soldiers and find the quickest way to escape. But Leon didn't hear her till the end and jumped into the dungeon in excitement. Leon entered the dungeon through the beginner portal and saw a big green cave full of skeleton heads in front. This dungeon looks very scary because there was no end to this. He turns around and thought, was the NPC saying something? He said, whatever, it's not like the beginner task will be that difficult. But he was wondering why there are skulls everywhere. Suddenly, a skeleton attacks Leon from behind with a sword. Leon felt someone's presence and immediately turned around to see who it is. He saw that it's a level 1 skeleton soldier. This is a normal monster with 20 health. Leon grabbed his staff, raised it high, and smashed that skeleton soldier. The skeleton soldier lost 20 health in that attack and died. Its head rolled on the ground and perished in green flames. Leon checks if it's dead. He said, not being able to use magic is really tough. When he killed that skeleton soldier, a system message comes that player Leon has defeated a skeleton soldier with physical attacks. 1 attribute point and 3 experience points are awarded. Because it is Leon's first time killing a monster in one shot, an A-grade passive skill Miracle of Might was awarded to Leon. He was really happy to get an A-grade skill. He checks the Miracle of Might skill's effect. The system says that each point of the player's strength attribute can be converted into 2 points of attack power. Leon knows that strength determines one's damage output, and defense determines how much damage is reduced. So, 1 point in strength equals 1 point in attack power. The same goes for the other attributes. Which means if the opponent has 0 defense, Leon will deal 42 damage in 1 hit. He said, this skill is equivalent to being able to use 1 point of strength as 2 points. He jumped in happiness because it's simply too overpowered. While Leon was checking his new skill, many skeleton soldiers came out from the ground to attack him. When Leon saw the skeleton soldiers, he decided to focus on finishing his task first. They are the same as the previous skeleton soldiers. They immediately attack Leon with their swords. Leon uses his staff to deal 20 damage and kills them. When he killed 4 skeleton soldiers, he was awarded 4 attribute points and 12 experience points. Leon also leveled up and became a level 2 Necromancer. For leveling up for the first time, he was rewarded with 5 attribute points. Leon said, adding the 4 attribute points I got from killing the skeleton soldiers. My strength has now increased to 30 points. For a normal beginner, they're considered a genius if they have 10 points in one attribute. Leon thought, are the skeleton soldiers in this misty cave for us to farm levels? Then wouldn't that be too easy? But suddenly, something big comes out from the ground. It's a level 3 skeleton captain. This is also a normal monster, but with 50 health and 15 strength points. When Leon saw that the skeleton captain has 15 strength, he thought, I will be in trouble if I get hit by this monster. But it only has 1 agility. I'll win if I make a move first. Leon tightly grabbed his staff and jumped to attack the skeleton captain, but the skeleton captain used his shield to defend himself. Then he swung his long spear at Leon, but Leon moved fast and quickly dodged that attack. He was surprised that the skeleton captain attacked while defending, and it easily smashed the ground. When the skeleton captain pulled out his spear from the ground, at that moment, Leon saw an opening. He moved fast and chose the skeleton's weak point, the stomach, to attack. He sliced the skeleton captain in half, and when the skeleton captain fell on the ground and was unable to defend, Leon jumped at it to finish it off. Leon shouted, "Try blocking this, you bastard!" He hit that skeleton so hard that the skeleton captain lost all his 50 health and died. When Leon killed the skeleton captain with physical attacks, he got 3 attribute points and 10 experience points. Now that was a tough opponent for Leon. He thought, if the beginner task is already this difficult, how did the others complete this? While he was thinking, suddenly a football-shaped shiny yellow thing appeared in front of Leon. He picked it up because it is a monster core, and Leon remembered the principle saying that there's a chance of a core dropping after defeating a monster. Random rewards can be received when you open this. Leon wondered what he'll get and opened it. He got Skeleton Fist Set, D-grade disposable item. When it is in use, the next hit will have a 100% chance of causing critical damage. Leon said, "It's good, but would have been great if it was a permanent item." Again, the skeletons didn't give time for Leon to rest and emerged from the ground to attack. Leon was surprised that there are more skeleton soldiers, and their numbers have increased. Skeleton soldiers surrounded Leon and attacked from all directions. Leon knew that even if he is level 2 now, his health is still a pitiful 20 points, so he has to be careful not to get hit accidentally. Leon moved fast and again killed the skeleton soldiers in 1 hit. He leveled up again after getting 30 experience points from killing those skeleton soldiers. His current experience points are 20 out of 30, and he was awarded 10 attribute points. It's a good thing that these skeletons only have 1 point in agility, so they cannot move fast, and Leon could kill them easily and level up. Now Leon's strength, mana, health, and experience points are in 2 digits. While Leon is struggling and killing the skeleton soldier, on the outside, all the students have escaped the dungeon and completed their beginner task and come out of the dungeon. Everyone was boasting about the class they awakened. A guy said, "Everyone is basically out, so why hasn't the principal announced anything yet? Is there still someone inside?" Others laughed, saying, "How's that possible? How long can you even take on such a simple task?" A guy said, "Although the skeleton soldiers inside are strong, they run very slowly and cannot catch up with us at all. If someone can still fail and die inside, I'm gonna laugh my teeth out." While they all were laughing on the matter, Yang Shi, Leon's best friend, was too worried that why isn't Leon out yet. He said, "There's no way something would happen to Leon, right?" Inside the dungeon, Leon killed all the skeletons and was wondering why there isn't a notification for task completion. Suddenly, a loud sound echoed. "How dare you kill my children!" Leon got alert, hearing that scary voice. Skeleton heads that were lying on the ground started to float in the air. Suddenly, they all flew in front of Leon and started combining together. Before Leon could react to that, a green flame emerged from the ground and covered those skulls. Within a minute, those skulls turned into a giant 3-headed flame monster. This is the level 10 Skeleton King. It's a normal level boss monster with 400 health, 45 strength, and 60 defense points. This monster has bone pierce and bone explosion skills. Leon was too shocked to see that monster. He said, "Are you kidding me? Why is there a boss in the beginner task? Do they want all the beginners to die?" The Skeleton King raised his giant wand to attack, and its target is Leon, who is just a level 3 Necromancer. Skeleton King's attack was strong, but it wasn't fast enough for Leon to dodge. When Leon saw the damage caused by the Skeleton King's sword, he thought, "Lucky I dodged that. If that had hit, I'd probably have died. Although this monster is strong, it's not very nimble, which is Leon's only advantage now. The monster's defense is as high as 60, and Leon is doubtful if his power will be able to break through it. He moved forward and, using his staff, hit the Skeleton King on the stomach, causing the Skeleton King to lose 32 health. His attack worked, and although it only did 32 damage, as long as Leon can successfully attack the Skeleton King about 10 more times, then this Skeleton King is done for. Leon moved fast and hit the Skeleton King multiple times with accuracy. All of Leon's attacks dealt 32 damage to the Skeleton King. Due to many continuous attacks from Leon, the Skeleton King lost his balance and fell to the ground. When Leon saw that his attacks were working and the Skeleton King was losing his HP easily, he became confident. He thought, "Is this monster really just here to scare people? There's still 200 HP left. This should all end soon." But the Skeleton King was not going down so easily. It did something that Leon did not imagine. The green flame on the Skeleton King's head grew darker and bigger. The Skeleton King shouted, "I've guarded the Cave of Mist for so many years, but I've never seen a player that killed their way to it. I wouldn't be vulnerable now if fewer of my skeleton soldiers had died. And yet, a newbie can somehow break through the defense of someone as great as me. This brat cannot be allowed to leave alive." The Skeleton King, which was losing just a second ago, has now stood on his feet more angrily. Leon fell back as he saw that the monster had gotten stronger. But despite Leon falling back, the Skeleton King covered the distance between him and Leon within seconds. Leon realized that not only did the Skeleton King get stronger, but it also got faster. The Skeleton King attacked Leon with his giant sword, completely destroying the ground. However, Leon somehow managed to dodge this attack. After seeing the situation, it didn't look like a direct breakthrough would be possible now. So Leon changed his strategy and decided to restrict the Skeleton King's movement first. Leon started to go deep into the dungeon, and the Skeleton King followed him. When they entered a narrow cave, Leon noticed the boulder behind the Skeleton King that looked like it was going to fall soon. Leon made a plan, and when the Skeleton King attacked him again, Leon ran towards that boulder. He stopped in front of the boulder and started to provoke the Skeleton King, saying, "Come at me, you big blockhead." The Skeleton King, who was very angry at Leon from the start, got even angrier when Leon made fun of him. The Skeleton King used his bone wings to attack him. Leon moved fast, but was unable to fully dodge the range of the attack and got hit by the shockwave. He flew away, hit a wall, and lost 26 HP. Leon was in pain, realizing how weak he is. The Skeleton King just brushed him, and Leon's HP is already this low. Now he only has 4 HP remaining. The Skeleton King rushed to attack Leon again. He wasn't going to let his chance to kill Leon go away. Leon, who has not even recovered from the last attack, was still lying on the ground. When the next attack came this fast, it was surprising for him. Leon forced his body to move and somehow succeeded in dodging the attack, making the Skeleton King miss him and hit the boulder. And just as Leon expected, that big boulder started to crack and fall. The Skeleton King was not able to dodge those big falling rocks and got buried inside. It lost 70 HP, and Leon, who only has 4 HP, somehow managed to escape unscathed. The Skeleton King did not die, but it got stuck in those rocks. Now, it only has 129 HP and is unable to move. This is the ideal situation to kill it. Leon can't hold on much longer. He has to end the fight quickly before it stands back up. The only option Leon has is to kill the Skeleton King in one strike. He jumped high above the Skeleton King and summoned his skeleton boxing glove that he got from killing the skeleton captain. The skeleton boxing glove's skill is that the next hit after this is used has a guaranteed chance to score a critical hit. Leon only has one chance, so he gathers all his strength and aims at the Skeleton King's head. When the Skeleton King, who was still struggling to stand, saw Leon flying above his head, he got scared. Leon fully uses this chance and hits the Skeleton King's head with all his strength. The Skeleton King lost 132 HP and immediately died. Leon's attack was so powerful that it destroyed the ground below. The green flame on the Skeleton King's head starts to fade little by little. After killing the Skeleton King, a dungeon exit portal appears in front of Leon. A system notification comes. The beginner's quest, Escape from the Cave of Mist, has been completed. Congratulations, Leon, on officially becoming one of Otherworld's players. Another notification comes. Congratulations, Mage Leon, on killing the Cave of Mist's boss, the Skeleton King, for the first time. 30 free stat points have been awarded. The system detected that player Leon defeated the boss Skeleton King through a melee fight, so Leon was awarded 10 free stat points and 50 experience points. With that many experience points, Leon directly leveled up 3 levels and became level 5. When Leon completed the beginner's world as the first kill reward, he got the Ring of the Skeleton King. Leon was surprised to get boss equipment. The Ring of the Skeleton King is a C-rank equipment, and its effect is that after wearing it, the player's first normal attack's damage will be increased by 50%. Leon looks at the ring and says, "Not bad, although it's not as strong as the skeleton boxing glove. Its advantage is its reusability." A thought comes to his mind that if he were to sell a C-rank piece of equipment, it'd be worth at least a few $100,000. Leon laughs, saying, "I've struck gold this time." But the only thing that disturbs Leon is the message that he did the first kill. He says, "Does that mean that no one's killed that Skeleton King before now? Then how did they pass the trial?" But he decides to leave the dungeon first, and then think about it. At this moment, Leon is a level 5 disciple necromancer, with 76 strength, 6 defense, 9 agility, 0 spirit, and 200 mana. He also has an unknown level talent, the Mage's Brave Heart, and an A-rank skill, Muscle Creates Miracles. After leaving the dungeon, Leon suddenly appears in the stadium where the students who completed their tasks were. When Yang Shi saw Leon, he jumped and hugged him. Leon was surprised to see him behave like that. Yang Shi, who was happy to see Leon, said, "What happened to you? Why'd you take so long to complete a beginner's mission? I almost thought you died in there." Leon, who was surprised to see all the students there, asked Yang Shi, "How come all of them completed the beginner's mission and came out very quickly?" Yang Shi told him that it's been 3 hours since the last person came out. Leon asked him what role he drew, and Yang Shi said he drew the mage, explaining what a mage is to Leon. All this feels very strange. He thought, did we get the same world? Suddenly, a blonde-haired boy approached them and made fun, saying, "Leon, so you were the last one to come out." That blonde-haired boy is Ma Fei, the class monitor of their class. Ma Fei tried to embarrass Leon in front of everyone, saying, "Leon, you're nothing but an embroidered pillow. What use does being handsome have? In the other world, talent is king." Leon didn't reply to him and thought, why does Ma Fei love to pick fights with me? Suddenly, Principal Jinlong came to the stage and announced that since everyone's already enrolled in the other world, tomorrow the entire class would take part in the beginner's training. He said, "Students, let's all introduce ourselves, our roles, and our talent to get to know each other better." Side character students started. One happily announced that he is a soldier with D-rank talent. Another said, "I'm an assassin, also with D-rank." Another student with a sad expression said, "My talent is F-rank. I think I'm screwed." A beautiful girl, Zhao Ziyue, became a mage and healer, attracting all the male students' attention. She also fully qualified for the waifu criteria. Another girl, Zhu Yu, got the role of a paladin and awakened a B-rank talent. Despite her appearance as a lowly, her stats were that of a warrior. The next one was Ma Fei, who had the role of a swordsman and a B-rank talent, as well as high scores in all skills. An asshole like him was lucky to have the skills he had. The other students were surprised at his class and talent. After all, everyone knows that swordsman is an extremely powerful class in the other world. A guy said, "Class monitor is blessed by the heavens." Looking at the students, Principal Jinlong thought, someone with a B-rank talent can already be counted as being amongst the ranks of geniuses. Looks like this batch of students isn't bad. Finally, it was Leon's turn. Surrounded by an aura of dark green flames, he announced that he had gotten the role of a necromancer. But he didn't reveal his talent, saying, "It's not convenient for me to reveal my talent at this time." The real reason why he did not reveal the talent rank was that he himself didn't know. His talent's rank is hidden. After hearing his class, even the principal was thrilled that one of his students had awakened the Necromancer class. He told everyone that the Necromancer is a rare hidden role. The other students were even more surprised to hear that. A guy said, "There was once a Necromancer who wiped out another union on his own." Ma Fei, who was making fun of Leon, was now tense. He couldn't believe what he heard, thinking, how is this possible? But he reassured himself, thinking, What if it's a hidden role? Mages are famously fragile roles, and they're the most afraid of someone getting close to and killing them. Moreover, necromancers are even weaker than regular people because of the many years they spend in contact with the undead. In addition to that, it takes an extremely long time to cast a summoning spell, and it could be said that they have no teammates to protect them. Assassins, swordsmen, and similarly attack-focused roles are the necromancer's best friend. Ma Fei looked at Leon's back with a smug smile and thought, since he didn't state this talent's rank, I'm sure it's because his talent was too low-ranked, and he felt embarrassed saying it out loud. But the other students were not so envious, and were only surprised at how reserved and tactful Leon's class is. A guy said, Leon isn't arrogant or irritable. Is this the attitude that a genius has? He said, Leon has a hidden role, but is still so modest. I can't possibly compare to him. Another guy said, this must be the difference between a genius and us ordinary people. Even his personality is so grounded. If I were to draw a hidden role, I wouldn't be able to be as calm as Leon. Well, they all were looking at him with respect in their eyes. But Leon is a necromancer who can't cast even a single spell and is only slightly stronger than a normal person. Leon doesn't even know if he can protect himself in the beginner's training. So why would he dare to make a big fuss over this? Leon was scared, thinking, what should he do when his classmates realize he can't summon even a single undead creature? He had so many questions and so few answers. At the same time, Principal Jinlong was very impressed by Leon. He was thinking that once Leon completes the beginner's training, he will definitely be able to enter the nation's top universities. One by one, after everyone's introduced themselves, Principal Jinlong announced that today's class ends here. Everyone, go home and prepare for tomorrow's beginner's training. Leon tried to go home, but he got caught by his Yangshi. He said, Leon, you're really awesome. Why couldn't I have drawn the necromancer role instead? But in the end, he wasn't so bad himself as he had 8 spirit points. He showed his stats to Leon and said, my talent is not bad, right? Leon remembered his shameful 0 in the spirit stat. He told Yangshi that talent doesn't matter. Hard work can make up for clumsiness. Leon thought that Yangshi's stats are all single-digit numbers. Then doesn't having 76 stat points make me a god-level being? After that, Leon finally came home. And when he entered the house, he said, I'm home. But there was only silence and emptiness. This is the house his parents left behind. After his parents disappeared, he always called out, I'm home, every time he returned home. In his memories, his father and mother would do so every time they returned home. Unfortunately, now he could only remember them. And all he had left behind was one picture of them together. His parents in this world were very good and kind people. But when Leon was 6, his parents said they had to go on a trip to the capital. And then they suddenly, mysteriously disappeared. And after that, Leon became an orphan. Looking at the photo, Leon thought it had already been 12 years since they disappeared. He wondered where could they have gone. So, Leon decided that he must get into the capital's university and find out the truth behind it all. The next day, Leon, along with the rest of the students, showed up at the place where the beginners were practicing. Principal Jinlong stood in front and said, I only have one request for today's beginner's training. In a serious and gloomy voice, he said, if you think you can't do it, please remember to back down immediately. Even if you fail the training, it's better than dying during it. Hearing this, the students were really scared. But the principal calmed them down, saying, there's no need to be too nervous. The beginner's world isn't very dangerous and won't cause players to die. But everything has an exception. The principal told them that there was previously a catastrophic incident where a singular beginner's world caused a class of 40 to be completely wiped out, and they vanished without a trace. Until this day, no one knows what kind of horrifying beginner's world that was. All they know is that the world was called Nightmare Village. Hearing this, the poor students were scared and confused. All their confidence in their own abilities vanished without a trace. The principal continued to play emotional swings with them, and again said, there's no need to be so solemn either. As long as you leave the other world in time, you'll be in no danger, and they led them to get ready because once the stopwatch reaches 0, it's time to enter the other world. Immediately, the countdown began, and 10 seconds flew by like a blink of an eye. With that, the beginner's training has begun. Dark streams of energy covered all the students, and with a flash of dark lightning, everyone moved to another world where they were to take the test. From the looks of it, the village was the most ordinary and quiet. While Leon continued to look around, Ma Fei began to smugly reassure all the students, convincing them that he will protect everyone. Ma Fei asks everyone to follow him, saying he will bring everyone to success. He is thinking that even if Leon is a necromancer, he will prove that only he, Ma Fei, is the most suitable to be this class's leader and is the strongest man in the whole class. Well, on one side, Ma Fei is having his superiority complex. On the other hand, Leon is feeling strange. He is thinking, what kind of beginner's world is this? Why haven't there been any system prompts? Suddenly, everyone hears a voice from behind. When they turn their heads to the source of the voice, they see an old man whose whole body is blue. The old man says, "You're all so young. It's such a pity." Everyone gets really surprised, asking who this NPC is. Leon also curiously asks the old man what he means by that. The old man ignores their questions and welcomes them to Nightmare Village. Suddenly, the village that looked normal just now turned into a dark, scary-looking village. A blue window pops up in front of everyone saying, "Welcome to the Beginner's Training Nightmare Village." The system calculates the difficulty, and it's at Beginner's S rank. The system tells everyone that the Beginner's Training's difficulty is calculated separately from the other worlds. A Beginner's S rank is roughly equal to a normal world's E rank. Another message comes, saying the training requirement is to leave alive and find the secret at the core of Nightmare Village. Everyone gets really shocked after seeing that this village is Nightmare Village. Everyone knows the Nightmare Village that killed 40 people. This is the one that no one's passed before. Scared students start running towards the village entrance, saying they want to go home. They don't want to play anymore. Ma Fei asks everyone to stop, saying, "Don't worry. I will definitely lead everyone out of Nightmare Village." While everyone was panicking, Leon starts thinking about what he should do because he knows that an E-level world needs one to at least have a level at the early stage. And since they're all at Disciples level, they have to think about how they can pass this. Levels in the other world are divided into 4 stages: Disciple, Early Stage, Middle Stage, and Late Stage. Disciples are levels 1 to 10, early stages are 11, 20, and so on. Suddenly, the students who want to go home bounce back as soon as they get near the village entrance. They get more scared, seeing that they cannot even leave. The old man asks everyone to stop struggling. He tells them that as soon as they enter Nightmare Village, they can never leave. After hearing the old man's words, students start crying, saying if they can't leave, they're all going to die. Ma Fei, asking them to get a grip, says he will definitely lead everyone out of Nightmare Village. But Leon is calm. He thought, no wonder that class before us was wiped out. The mission objective is to find the secret at the core of Nightmare Village. But if everyone gets scared, then it's impossible to clear. Even this uncle may be mysterious, but he doesn't seem to be malevolent. He shouldn't be our enemy. The old man explains to everyone that there's no need to get too worried. Since they're all here, might as well get comfortable. After hearing the old man's words, Ma Fei said, "I get it, old man. You want us to relax and face the villain confidently." The old man with a scary face says, "No, I meant since you are here. Just accept that you will die here." Everyone was stunned, thinking, what did this old man just say? The old man then smiled and said, "Okay, I'll stop toying with everyone." He introduced himself as the village head of Nightmare Village, Wogan. Wogan told students that there are 2 requirements for living in Nightmare Village. 1, they can live in any of the empty houses, but they can't, under any circumstances, touch the black stones on the door. 2, they must return to the house before dark and close the windows and doors. They can't open them no matter what. Leon, who is really curious, asks the village head why they can't come out after dark. The village head, who is really suspicious, tells Leon that he'll understand once the night comes. After that, at night, everyone decided to listen to what the village head said and find a house to hide in first. They divided into 4 groups, with 11 students in each group. Leon found a suitable house with his group, and as they got inside, they closed the door tightly. When they went into the house, the white-haired girl told everyone that for safety, they should rest on the 2nd floor tonight. While Leon was standing, a red-haired girl approached him and said, "Leon, if there's any danger later, remember to protect me." The girl tried to seduce Leon with her charms, saying, "I'm a healer. I can give you a lot of HP." The white-haired girl, seeing this, came to the red-haired girl and said, "Zhou Ziyue, how can you be so shameless? Can't you see there are so many classmates watching?" Ziyue told her that since she herself is okay with it, how is it any of her business? The white-haired girl replied, "Do you think looking like a cow is something to be proud of?" She was comparing Ziyue's chest to a cow's. Ziyue got angry and taunted her, saying, "Anything's better than having nothing at all." The white-haired girl got very angry and shouted, "It's because you are fat, you cow." While both girls were fighting, one of the students went to the window. When he looked outside, he saw something and started crying, saying, "Granny, I miss you." An old lady was on the other side of the window saying, "My good grandchild, Granny's very cold. This place is scary. Will you open the window to let Granny hug you?" That student, believing she is his granny, opened the window for her. When Leon saw him opening the window, he ran towards the window shouting, "That's not your granny." But it was already too late. He had already opened the window, and that old lady suddenly started attacking that student. The student was too shocked, seeing his granny attack him like that. Everyone was too afraid to help him. But suddenly, someone used their staff to cast the sand-binding magic. A sand wave stopped that old lady from attacking that boy. It was Leon's best friend, Yang Shi, who used that magic. He asked that student to come quickly because he couldn't hold it for long. When that student understood what was happening, he ran towards Yang Shi. Suddenly, the old lady transformed into a red monster, a normal monster called Nightmare. It's a level 3 monster with 50 health and 25 strength. Everyone got really shocked after seeing it. A girl questioned how this Nightmare is only a normal monster. Are even little monsters this perverted in a beginner's S-ranked world? Since Yang Shi stopped him before, the monster started attacking him. Scared, Yang Shi said, "Monster, don't come over here. If you eat such fatty meat, you will get the 3 highs." But before the monster could attack him, a shield appeared and stopped him. It was the white-haired girl who stopped his attack with her shield skill. However, because she was using her magic shield, she was draining her health continuously. She told Yang Shi to run away from there and asked Ziyue to heal her. Then she told Leon to summon the undead to restrain this nightmare monster. Both of them agreed with the white-haired girl. Ziyue started casting her healing magic and gave the buff to the white-haired girl. She started recovering her health. The white-haired girl was thinking, as long as everyone works together, dealing with this nightmare shouldn't be difficult. She thought now she just has to stall until Leon can summon his undead. But suddenly, she noticed Leon, who was running towards the nightmare monster. He is going to attack him with his staff. Seeing this, Yang Wei shouted, "Brother Leon, that's not how you use a staff." He warned Leon that if the nightmare gets close to him, he'll die. However, Leon didn't pay attention to him and used his staff to attack the nightmare monster. The monster lost all his 50 health when he got hit and died. With one hit, Leon killed the nightmare monster. Everyone was stunned. How was this possible? They were really surprised, asking how can a nightmare with 50 health be killed in an instant like that, thinking, do all necromancers fight like this? After killing that monster, Leon asked everyone to look at this. The nightmare that was killed became a black stone and started dissipating. The white-haired girl, after seeing this black stone, said, "The symbol on this thing's identical to the one on the doorframe." Ziyue said that since they're both of Nightmare Village, so that shouldn't be odd. But Leon felt that something is wrong. Is there a bug? Why didn't he get any stat points despite killing a nightmare with a melee attack? The white-haired girl asked Leon if he noticed something. Leon replied that nothing. He might be overthinking. Then the next day, all the students came out of their rooms. The group of people that were with Leon were thanking Zuo Wu and Leon for last night because if they didn't defeat the nightmare monster, they would all be dead. When Ma Fei came out of his room, he heard Leon's group talking, saying they did not go wrong with sticking close to Leon. He is super strong, and he dealt with that nightmare in a split second. Another boy added that Zuo Yu is pretty impressive too, as she used her shield to directly stop the nightmare's attack. Ma Fei was listening to their conversation and thought that if he were there, he definitely wouldn't have let a girl like Zuo Yu tank the damage. Hiding behind a girl isn't something a manly man would do. Ma Fei took out his swords and swung them, saying he'll defeat nightmares with a single strike. When Leon came out of the house and saw Ma Fei, he complimented him, saying, "Class monitor, you're doing morning training this early? How hard-working of you." Yang Ifsi added that as expected of the class monitor. Just this bit of effort has made him surpass a lot of people already. After seeing them, Ma Fei stopped and told them that he was just practicing for a second. When Ma Fei saw the white-haired girl Zuo Yu, he asked her to stay in a house with him tonight because he definitely won't let her take any damage. Zuo Yu replied that her role is a tank. If she doesn't tank it, is Ma Fei going to be the one to do it? Ma Fei told her that he can face a nightmare on his own merit. He doesn't need her to act. Zuo Yu got annoyed and told Ma Fei that this sort of thinking isn't right. Their teacher already said that they need to work together. He can't just do things himself. He should learn from Leon. Suddenly Leon heard some voices. It was the village head. He came with his fellow villagers, asking them to kill all the students. He ordered his villagers not to let even one student escape. Tie everyone onto a pyre and let the flames burn away their sins. He also warned them to kill anyone who resists. Ma Fei came forward, asking the village head, "What's happened? Has there been some misunderstanding?" The village head replied, "There is no misunderstanding at all." He asked the students, "Aren't they very clear on that good deed they've done last night?" Leon noticed that there's around the same number of village people as there are in his class, and their ages don't seem to be that different either. But before Leon said something, Ma Fei asked the village head if he meant they killed a nightmare last night. The village head silenced Ma Fei, saying those nightmares are the protector spirits of Nightmare Village. He blamed students, saying they must have broken the rules of Nightmare Village last night. So the protector spirits tried to punish them. He added that obviously, the protector spirits will be angered, and the villagers will end up suffering alongside them. So students should die 1,000 deaths for their sin. Ma Fei asked the village head if there is any way to save a protector spirit if they've accidentally killed it. The village head replied that there is a solution. If the person who's angered the protector spirits must remain outside the house when night falls. The village head asked who among them has this kind of courage. Ma Fei was really nervous because no one knows just how many nightmares there are in Nightmare Village, and the night might even hide greater dangers. Ma Fei was thinking that isn't staying outside the house suicide. Suddenly, Leon interrupted their conversation. He told the village head that he killed the nightmare or protector spirit, whatever they want to call it, so he will wait here for night to fall. Hearing Leon's words, Ma Fei got angry at Leon. He asked Leon if he has lost his mind. This isn't how he steals the limelight. By staying outside, he's asking for death. Ma Fei apologized to the village head, saying this classmate of his is a bit slow. Please don't listen to what he says. Leon asked Ma Fei to relax, saying he hasn't lost his mind. There's something he wants to verify. It might even help them leave this world. The village head, along with other villagers, locked Leon in the middle of the village. Leon's hands and legs got tied by chains. Ma Fei asked Leon what did he mean when he said it could help them leave this world. Zuo Yu also asked Leon if he has found the secret at the core of Nightmare Village. Leon smiled and replied that he might have found it so he'll test it at night. Then, sometimes later, after nightfall, Leon is locked in the middle of the village alone, and suddenly, a nightmare monster starts approaching Leon. He suddenly attacks Leon. Leon smiles because it was just as he expected. But when Leon was about to make his move, suddenly Senbinding magic stops that nightmare. He can't attack Leon. The one who stopped this monster is Yang Wingshi. He asked Ma Fei to act quickly because he can only control that nightmare for a second. Ma Fei, who is attacking the nightmare monster, asked him to relax, saying, "I, Ma Fei, will definitely take good care of you all. As a true swordsman, one man and one sword can conquer all enemies in this world." But his attack did no damage to the nightmare. The nightmare monster got free from Yang Xin's sandbinding and started attacking Ma Fei. Ma Fei somehow stopped its attack with his sword. After witnessing some moves from the nightmare monster, Ma Fei realized that this nightmare is too fast. He thought, did Leon really kill something like this while being just a mage? He said, this is impossible. If Leon can do it, he can also do it. So he used his defense-breaking strike and attacked the nightmare monster. When Ma Fei is fighting with the nightmare monster, Zhu Yu and Ziyue come to rescue him. Leon asked how come all of them are out here. White Hair Girl told Leon that they were scared, that Leon would be in danger all on his own, so they came out to help, considering it a kind of repayment. But White Hair Girl can't remove chains from Leon's hands. She told Leon that they need Maffei to break these chains with his sword. But he can't come here now because he is fighting with the nightmare monster. Ziyu asked, so what should they do now? But before they do anything else, Leon said, there is no need for Maffei to come and break the chains with his own hands. He said he doesn't need anyone's help. But both of them got really surprised, asking Leon if he is really a necromancer. Maffei is still fighting with the nightmare. After releasing Leon, White Hair Girl told Maffei that they will come to help. She asked Ziyue to heal Maffei now. But before she starts, Maffei told them that he doesn't need their help, and he can defeat this monster alone. Because according to Maffei, true heroes are created through fighting, and scars are a man's badges of pride. Yang Stai realized that Maffei is competing with Leon and putting himself in danger. He told Maffei not to fight the nightmare one-on-one and to try hitting its head. He told Maffei that the weak point of a nightmare is its head. White Hair Girl added, saying Yang Sai is right. Yesterday, Leon also used his staff to hit the nightmare on its head. After hearing this, Maffei understood, thinking he should have thought of this. So he started attacking the nightmare's head. Everyone thought that the nightmare's weak point is its head, as Leon killed it by hitting its head, but they don't know about Leon's high strength. Leon told Maffei that actually, the weak point of a nightmare isn't its head, but Maffei doesn't listen to him, thinking Leon is scared that Maffei will surpass him. He said, Leon, you needed the help of your teammates to deal with a nightmare, but I only need a sword to do it. He asked Leon to watch his next strike because it'll be very handsome. So he used his sword skill and cut the nightmare multiple times. Nightmare only lost 10 HP. Maffei is really confused. He said, Big brother, Nightmare, what's happened to you? I hit your weak point, be one-shotted already. He asked Young Finst if he is sure the weak point of a nightmare is its head. After seeing this, White Hair Girl said, this is not right. Leon one-shotted the nightmare by attacking its head. Young Went also agreed with her, saying, it's an issue with the person. Maffei is not as good as Leon. After hearing what Yang Went said, Maffei got really angry because his self-esteem took a hit. He thought, I'm not as good as Leon. I am a swordsman and I cannot compare to a necromancer. He again went to fight that nightmare. Others asked Maffei to come back, saying that with his HP he'll definitely die if he takes another hit. Ziyue told Maffei that he'll definitely be one-shotted and she won't even have time to heal him then. White Hair Girl asked Maffei to let Leon do it instead, but Maffei didn't listen to them. He said he would definitely kill the nightmare monster so he could prove that he is not worse than Leon. But before he attacked that nightmare, Leon attacked it with his staff and killed the nightmare. Maffei was too shocked seeing that. Leon said, you worked hard, class monitor, but Maffei was not happy. He asked Leon what he was doing. He killed that nightmare, and Leon was stealing his limelight. Maffei shouted that everyone saw it. He solo killed this nightmare, but Leon stole his limelight. Yang Shi stopped Maffei from attacking Leon, telling Maffei to calm down and let it go. But Leon didn't pay any attention to them. He is thinking about the black stones that he got after killing the nightmare. Again, he got 0 experience after killing it. Suddenly, another 2 nightmares come to attack them. They get really scared thinking about what they should do. Leon responded quickly and asked everyone to go into the house, saying there's no need to fight these nightmares, because he thinks he knows how to pass. Everyone followed Leon's words and went inside the house, and just as the village had told them before, nightmares can't go inside the house. Then, inside the house, White Hair Girl asked Leon, what's the way to pass? Leon replied that they will know tomorrow. He asked them to listen to him when the time comes. In the next day, village head comes shouting, you despicable outsiders! We gave you the chance to redeem yourselves, but we gave you an inch and you took a mile and killed another protector spirit. You should all go to hell. He also adds that, no matter what they say today, they must all die. We cannot let you destroy our nightmare village. Leon comes forward and asks village head, Wogan, if he is really the villager of Nightmare Village. Village head replies that Leon is talking nonsense. They have lived here for generations. He tells Leon not to try to stall for time, their death is certain. Leon says since things have reached this point, it's time to reveal the truth behind Nightmare Village. He says there's only one truth. Hearing this, village head asks Leon what he means by that. Leon points at the villagers, revealing that every villager, every single one of them, in this village, is not the original inhabitant of Nightmare Village. Leon tells them that all 40 of them are the class that was wiped out in Nightmare Village previously. They were trapped in this fantasy realm ever since they entered, so they had no way of leaving the other world. After hearing Leon's words, Village Head starts laughing, saying, "What fantasy realm? What class?" He says Leon is making up stories. He's just scared of death, so he's lying to appease them. All Leon has said is nothing more than one of his silly stories. There's no evidence at all. Hearing Village Head, Leon smiles and tells him of course, he has evidence. He gets the black stone from his pocket and shows that to Village Head. Village Head is really surprised after seeing the Protector Stone. He gets angry and says, "Leon, you have removed the Protector Stone from its place. You should die 10,000 deaths for this." But Leon is not the only one who has this black stone. Leon's friends also have black stone. Village Head is really nervous after seeing everyone has black stones, because according to him, the Protector Stones are high-level holy objects that protect them from not being attacked at night. And if anyone tampers with them, that Lord will lay down heavenly punishment. Leon tells Village Head that this isn't any Protector Stone. The entire fantasy realm is made up of these black stones and the mysterious symbols on them. And as long as they shatter the black stones, cracks will appear in the fantasy realm. Leon shouts, "Brothers, now!" and at his command, all his friends break the black stones together. Just as Leon said, suddenly cracks start appearing in the sky. After that, villagers' head starts hurting, and they all start remembering how they got trapped in the Nightmare Village. They all remember their promise to the principal that they will come safely. Remember their promise that, as long as they work together, they can definitely finish the beginner's training. But the assignment they got is the Nightmare Village, and when they go into the Nightmare Village, nightmare monsters start attacking them. There was no way for them to escape, and suddenly something happened, and everyone changed into the Nightmare Villagers. Village Head finally remembers now that he was the class monitor. Suddenly, a system notification pops up saying, "A player has found the secret at the core of Nightmare Village and successfully awakened its villagers. Mission successful. Rewards given will be calculated based on everyone's individual ratings." Everyone is really happy after passing a really difficult exam. The system notifies transporting all players out of the world. White Hair Boy, who was the Village Head, thanks Leon for everything he did for them. After saying that, he teleports into the real world. Young Mi praises Leon, saying that he is really something, and asks him how did he know that was the way to pass. Maffei also agrees with him, saying Leon is a little smart for once. Leon stops them, saying let's talk about it when they get back. But a moment later, everyone teleports into the real world. But Leon and his friends do not teleport. White Hair Girl asks Leon why they are still here and why didn't they pass. But before Leon says something, a system notification pops up, saying, "Congratulations to 5 players on destroying the Black Nightmare Stones. A new mission has been issued, retrieve the Heart of Nightmares. This mission, difficulty is E rank." At the same time outside in the real world in the 4th campus, Principal Zhu Jinlong is really surprised when he hears that all the students passed the Nightmare Village. But Leon and a few others haven't returned. He is confused, thinking did they activate a hidden mission? He knows that if that's really the case, and they successfully complete the mission, they'll be able to pick from any university in the country based on that achievement alone. But beginning a hidden mission is usually extremely dangerous. And this is the Nightmare Village's hidden mission to boot. And they're all newbies. Will they be strong enough to complete it? Sometime later in the Nightmare Village, Maffei asks Leon what they should do now. Maffei says, "My level is only level 3, and everyone's level should be about the same. With how weak we are now, entering a hidden mission would be suicidal." Ziyue also agrees with him, saying that since they know nothing about this Heart of Nightmares, where would they even go to retrieve it? White Hair Girl asks Leon if it's possible that they only needed to awaken Village Head Wogan and the rest, and that there wasn't a need to break the black stones in the first place. It's a bullseye because Leon didn't even think about it. But before Leon can say anything, Yangxi jumps and says, "I know, in the other world, a hidden mission is an opportunity that one can only stumble upon but not look for. So Leon must have known all along that breaking the black stones would activate a hidden world, so he asked them to break them along with him. He hugs Leon and thanks him that Leon didn't take on the hidden mission by himself and was willing to bring them along to seize this opportunity together. Maffei didn't think that Leon would somehow be willing to share this kind of opportunity. He thought, just you wait, Leon. Although I may not have been your match in the newbies training, I will definitely complete this hidden mission before you. When they are all talking, suddenly many level 5 nightmare monsters start attacking them. These monsters can talk, and they were saying only one word, that they want to kill all of them. Everyone gets really scared after seeing so many of them come at once. Yang Wei says that they can't defeat them all. White Hair Girl asks Yang Wei not to go running off on his own. She tells Ziyue to prepare to heal her at any moment. She uses her shield magic to stop those nightmares. Yang Si uses his restrain magic, sand binding, to stop them. Then, asks Maffei to attack them using his sword. Maffei uses his defense-breaking strike to attack the nightmare, but the nightmare only loses 10 health. Maffei is really confused, thinking, why did he only deal 10 points of damage and Leon one-shot it with his hit? On the other side, Ziyue asks Maffei to hurry up because her mana's almost gone and Zuo Yu is almost out of HP too. But suddenly Leon one-hit kills the nightmare and a system notification pops up saying, it has been detected that the player, Leon, has dealt with a nightmare via melee attacks. 1 free stat point has been awarded. He also gets 10 experience points. White-haired girl asks Leon to be careful because the other 2 are coming his way. But when they attack Leon, he kills them with only 1 move. After defeating these 2 nightmare monsters, he gets a monster core. He says, as expected of a hidden world, it gives high rewards. He asks the system to show his reward, and he gets the little fairy's necklace. Its rank is F rank, and its effect is that it increases skill damage by 5%. But it has a role restriction of mages. Leon thinks, although it's not bad as a piece of equipment, since Leon can't unleash any skills, he might as well give it to Yang Wei. After killing all the nightmares, everyone is really happy, saying everyone worked well together. Leon interrupts and asks them to let's go and keep finding nightmares to kill. Leon is very happy because he just needs to kill 1 more nightmare, and he'll be able to level up to level 6, plus he'll have a very high chance of having equipment appear for himself, thinking that this hidden mission is really something. Yang Min asks Leon that the hidden mission was something along the lines of getting them to retrieve the Heart of Nightmares. Leon replies that the Heart of Nightmares must be on a nightmare, so they won't go wrong killing nightmares. He asks them to follow, but just as Leon takes his next step, he activates a trap. Suddenly the ground collapses, and everyone falls into the basement. Leon falls, but he is not injured. Leon is thinking where did they fall down to, and why is the floor soft and squishy? The reason why it was soft is because Leon landed on Yang Min's butt. He asks Leon to move from his butt. Leon was too shocked when he finds out why the floor was that soft. After moving from Yang Yin, Leon stands and asks everyone if they are okay. Everyone replies that they're fine. Yang Si asks that why is there such a strong smell here? Did they fall into a sewer? Zuo Yu explains that this place isn't aired out. The dead bodies and feces of small animals and whatever else will rot here, so it's very normal for there to be a smell. But suddenly, Ziyu notices something. She tells them that it's not right and asks them to take a look over there. It's the smell of its breath. When everyone turns their heads to where Ziyu is pointing, they all are shocked because there was a huge monster sleeping in front of them. This is level 10, Boss, Monster, Nightmare King. This monster's health is 1000. The system gives them a gentle reminder that awakening the Nightmare King will incur its frenzied hunting. After seeing the boss monster, Leon thinks, is this what a rare boss is like? It's at level 10, like the Skeleton King. But this Nightmare King is so much stronger than it. Yang Win asks everyone if the Heart of Nightmares wouldn't be this Nightmare King's heart, would it? White-haired girl, Zuo Yu, asks everyone, why not look for a way to force quit this hidden mission, thinking it has 65 attack, and it'll be able to turn her and his shield into meat paste in no time at all. Maffei also agrees, but he doesn't want to show that he is scared. So he tells everyone that since they say so, he'll let this Nightmare King go for now. But Leon doesn't agree with them. He says there's a chance to defeat this nightmare monster. He was thinking that since he has 101 strength now, Along with muscle creates miracles, he has 202 attack power. Along with the 50% damage increase from the Ring of the Skeleton King, his first hit will be able to take away 1/3 of the Nightmare King's health. All that's left is to attack the Nightmare King's weak points. 3 or 4 times. It's not impossible to kill the Nightmare King. But Leon knows that this plan is like pulling chestnuts out of a fire. If he messes up once, he'll be killed by the Nightmare King. Yang Tse checks if Leon has a fever because Leon is telling him that there's a chance they can win against this 10-meter-tall monster. Leon asks them to listen to him. He says, although the Nightmare King's stats are high, its obvious weakness is defense. By using their strengths against its weaknesses, they might not have a 0 chance of winning. Zuo Yu understands what Leon wants to do. She explains that Leon needs them to draw the Nightmare King's attention. Leon tells them as long as they all help him get a chance to attack, he swears he'll be able to kill the Nightmare King. Leon accepts this is extremely dangerous. The Nightmare King's agility is higher than theirs, and he fears none of them will be able to withstand even one hit with the amount of attack it has. So the 4 of them have to work together to restrain it. Everyone agrees with Leon saying they trust him. There's life in Leon's hands. Ma Fei asks Leon to, don't try to show off if he can't do it. It wouldn't be shameful if they ran away from such a strong boss. Leon asks them to relax, saying he is confident with his plan. Then after some time of resting, Leon jumps on top of Nightmare King. Because as long as they don't attack the Nightmare King, he won't wake up. Leon knows the first hit is the most important. He has to find the weakest point on the Nightmare King. And suddenly he notices something shining in the Nightmare's back. That thing was shaking like heartbeats. Leon thinks this must be the Nightmare King's weak point, so he raises his staff and prepares to attack the Nightmare with his full power. And when he is about to attack, the effect of the Ring of the Nightmare King is activated. Leon's attack deals 508 damage to the Nightmare King. Everyone is shocked after seeing how much damage Leon deals, thinking if this is the kind of damage a mage can do. Suddenly, a system notification pops up saying, the player, Leon has shattered the heart of nightmares. The mission is being changed. At that moment, the Nightmare King awakens. Another system message comes that the mission has been successfully changed. Current mission is to kill the Nightmare King. This mission's difficulty is a rank. Awake Nightmare King roars loudly in the cave. Leon comes down from its back and asks everyone to get ready. He tells everyone to act according to their plan and help him get a chance to attack. The Nightmare King looks at all of them and shouts, I will kill all the humans. The Nightmare King, with a mermaid-like body, starts attacking Leon's party. Leon asks Ma Fei to draw its aggro, but Ma Fei tells him to rest and leave everything to him. He starts attacking the Nightmare King, using his defense-breaking strike. But the Nightmare King only loses 1 health. Ma Fei is confused, asking how Leon dealt 508 damage with just 1 hit. He shouts, I don't believe it. As long as I am doing damage, even if it tickles, I'll tickle the Nightmare King to death. Despite only dealing 1 health of damage, the Nightmare King is an intelligent monster that can talk. It calls Ma Fei a worm and says, if you wish to be the first to die, this king will fulfill your wish. However, Ma Fei doesn't get scared. Instead, he starts provoking the Nightmare King, asking it to come at him. He boosts his confidence, saying he has a 3-foot sword and has accomplished amazing feats. He questions why he should fear death when the Nightmare King's giant hand comes towards him. He asks Yang Xiang and Zuo Yu to block the Nightmare King's attack. Both of them use their sandbinding and shield of light to weaken the attack right before Ma Fei. However, this is not enough to completely stop the Nightmare King's attack. The Nightmare King's attack has been weakened by 2 levels, but Ma Fei is losing his health fast. Ziyue is healing him, and he is barely able to hang on. Ma Fei shouts loudly, saying that he can't hang on much longer. He asks Leon if he is ready, because if not, he cannot block the Nightmare King's attack anymore and is going to die right here. Leon tells him not to worry, because he is coming. He jumps from behind and attacks the Nightmare King with his full power, dealing 182 damage. However, right after Leon's attack, a system warning comes, telling everyone that the Nightmare King's health is too low and it is about to activate the Realm of Nightmares. Leon is shocked to see that message because he doesn't know that the Nightmare King could do that. Suddenly, the Nightmare King activates his nightmare skill, throwing a very powerful energy attack to his surroundings. Everyone is really surprised, and they all lose 10 health because of this attack of Nightmare King. Yang Xiang tells everyone to be careful because the Nightmare King does AoE damage when casting its spell, and they can't block that. Leon realizes that he can't give the Nightmare King the chance because he is pretty sure Wogan, who was the Nightmare Village head, and the rest were stuck here for that long because they got hit by this attack. So he prepares and attacks the Nightmare King to stop that spell. The Nightmare King loses 182 health by Leon's attack. His remaining health was 128. Leon is thinking that he just has to hit the Nightmare King one more time, and he will complete the Nightmare Village quest. He jumps into the air to make the final blow on the Nightmare King. Seeing this, Zhao Ziyue tells Leon to be careful, because she has got no more mana, so she can't heal Leon now. Leon says to her that he doesn't need to. He raises his staff high and attacks the Nightmare King with his full power. With Leon's attack, the Nightmare King loses all the remaining 128 health. A system notification pops up, saying congratulations to the player Leon for killing Nightmare Village's boss for the first time, and 30 free stat points have been awarded. Another system message comes, saying it has been detected that the player Leon defeated the Nightmare King boss with melee attacks. So 10 free stat points and 50 experience points have been awarded. The system congratulates Leon for leveling up in succession, and 10 more free stat points have been awarded to him. The hidden mission, Kill the Nightmare King, has been completed, and the system will distribute rewards according to player rating. Seeing the system message, everyone takes a sigh of relief that they finally did it. Everyone is really happy after defeating Nightmare Village boss. Suddenly, a system notification pops up saying, Evaluation complete. System starts distributing rewards for completing the mission. Player Zhao Ziyue has received a D rank rating, and the D rank talent Spring Breeze and Willow has been awarded. Player Zuo Yu has received a C rank rating, and she also gets the D rank talent Spring Breeze and Willow. Player Yang Shi has received a C rank rating, and the D rank talent Ground Explosion Magic has been awarded. Player Ma Fei has received a C rank rating, and the D rank talent Separating the World with One Strike has been awarded. Lastly, player Leon has received an A rank rating and the A rank rewards, 50 experience points and a B rank skill book, Withering Magic. Everything Leon received was good, but he can't use this talent for now because of his 0 spirit status. However, Leon is not disappointed because at least there's still the Nightmare King soul. He wishes that the Nightmare King better drop some good stuff for him. Leon receives a dragon-piercing sword, a B-rank weapon that increases attack by 100 points, ignores 30% of opponent's armor, and increases sword damage by 20%. It's a very good sword, but Leon is not happy because he can't use a sword. He can't believe how unlucky he is. Why would it drop a B-rank sword? Ma Fei is really excited after seeing a B-rank sword. Leon throws the sword at Ma Fei, saying it's all his. Ma Fei is confused, asking Leon why he gives him a B-rank sword just like this. Leon explains that he is giving this sword to Ma Fei because Ma Fei is the only one using a sword here, as Leon can't use it. So who else could he give it to besides Ma Fei? Hearing that, Ma Fei asks Leon if he doesn't know the value of B-rank equipment. Many players might not even be able to buy one no matter how much they spend. If Leon were to sell this, he would be able to get a house in the capital. But Leon doesn't care. He tells Ma Fei to go and have fun with it. Leon starts inspecting carefully into Nightmare King's soul so he can find another useful item for him. But he doesn't get another item. He gets angry, saying this trash Nightmare King only dropped one piece of equipment. After some rest, Leon starts looking at his status panel. After carefully looking at his status, Leon finds out that his strength has increased, but having 70 health is too little. If he gets touched, he will die. He also checks his talent, the Mage's Brave Heart. The system explained that when it is detected that the player Leon has killed an enemy using melee attacks, he will gain free stat points as a reward. The main effect of this title is that the player can raise other stat values to the same value as another stat value. But this talent also has some restrictions. Before using the main effect, only one stat can be selected to increase. Leon thought that since the passive's restriction doesn't allow for other stats to be increased, so he'll just have to think of ways to keep himself alive. He has to keep steady. He can't make waves. The system notifies everyone that the hidden mission has been completed, and all players will be immediately transported back to the real world. In the next moment, everyone teleported into the Academy's main hall. All the students got really happy, seeing that Leon, Ma Fei, the class monitor, Zuo Yu, and the rest of them have returned too. Principal Shui, after hearing the news that Leon and everyone has returned, immediately came to meet them. He asked everyone if they were okay, because they had been gone for 2 days. Everyone thought Leon and everyone would never return. Principal Shui asked Leon what happened inside. When Leon explained everything to Principal Shui started laughing, saying that he guessed correctly. They all dropped into a hidden world. He told them that they are all really lucky, and now all the top universities will be fighting over them. After hearing their conversation, students who are in the same class as Leon were very amazed, saying, "Our class managed to produce 5 geniuses that are wanted by the top universities all at once." They are really jealous, thinking when will they be as amazing as Leon and the class monitor. On the other hand, Ma Fei is looking at Leon, thinking that the next time they enter a world, he'll make Leon regret giving him the dragon-piercing sword. With such an OP piece of equipment to help, he'll definitely be able to beat Leon once they get to the level 11 early-stage realm. Suddenly, a man comes running into the hall, calling for Principal Shui. He told Principal Shui that there are people from Huaqing University and Jingdu University looking for Leon and his friends. Principal Shui gets surprised after hearing this because he hasn't even reported yet that Leon and his friends have completed a hidden mission. He is wondering if the elite universities have such up-to-date information. But Principal Shui is really happy, thinking that he will have a happy ending to his teaching career before he retires. Principal Shui welcomes both of them, who are the teachers from the top universities, Teacher Peng and Teacher Pei. Teacher Peng, after seeing Leon and his friends, said, "These must be the 5 students that passed Nightmare Village, as well as the hidden mission." He compliments that they all are extraordinary, as expected. He introduces himself to Leon and his friends, saying he is the teacher in charge of recruitment at Jingdu University, Peng Li. He says their school desperately needs geniuses like them, the other world's cream of the crop. If they're willing, he'll send over acceptance letters tomorrow. After hearing this, another teacher asks Teacher Peng if he is really that shameless, fighting for people without even conducting a test. Teacher Peng replies that he is only showing that Jingdu University has nothing but sincerity. He told the other teacher that since he doesn't trust these 5 students and insists on conducting a test, then he should start testing them, and they'll see. Hearing this, the other teacher introduces himself first, saying he is the teacher in charge of recruitment at Huaqing University, Pei Xin. He asks everyone not to worry, explaining that this so-called test is only to determine their role and ability to adapt to situations, and test if their various stats meet the criteria to enter the school. Leon gets really nervous after hearing that, thinking that if this is to determine their ability and role, then wouldn't he, who can't use his skills, not be able to enter? But he must enter Jingdu University and follow the clues related to his parents. Teacher Pei asks everyone who wants to be tested first, and after hearing this, Ma Fei comes forward, saying he, Ma Fei, is a level 5 swordsman disciple with a B-rank talent. He said he will prove to Leon that he is stronger than him. Teacher Peng was impressed thinking about Ma Fei. He's already level 5 despite having only completed the beginner's training and even has a B-rank talent. Prodigies like him don't appear often, and on top of that, Ma Fei is good-looking and tall. Teacher Peng said that someone like Ma Fei is meant to be in Jingdu University. On the other hand, Teacher Pei is really impressed, seeing Ma Fei's courage. He activates his shield skill and asks Ma Fei to attack. Teacher Pei is a level 25 middle-stage gunman disciple with 300 strength and 500 health. After hearing Teacher Pei, Ma Fei prepares his attack and asks Teacher Pei to be careful because he will not show any mercy. Ma Fei uses his world-separating strike and attacks Teacher Pei's shield. Teacher Pei gets really surprised after seeing that Ma Fei could break his defense. Although Teacher Pei is a gunman disciple and defense isn't his strong suit, he is still level 25. So it's very impressive of Ma Fei to break his shield. Teacher Pei was really happy after seeing this. He congratulates Ma Fei, saying the world-separating strike of Ma Fei is an extremely rare shield-breaking technique. It can increase the attack power of the tip of the sword. Not bad at all. Ma Fei thanks Teacher Pei for the praise. Teacher Peng also gets impressed by Ma Fei. He said that even if Ma Fei's strength were concentrated in one area, his strength stat must be extremely high. It should be 35 points at least. And judging by the speed of his attack, his agility is quite high too. After hearing this, Ma Fei's classmates get really shocked, thinking that Ma Fei has 35 attacks at level 5. Is this what a swordsman disciple is like? As expected of a role said to have the most attack in the other world. Another student says that if he drew the swordsman role like Ma Fei, his dead great-grandma would have lived in luxury. Teacher Peng has realized after hearing Teacher Pei that he must want to drag such a wonderful student back to Huaqing University. Teacher Pei approaches Ma Fei, asking if he decided which university he would like to join. Teacher Pei ensures Ma Fei, saying that the door of Huaqing University will always be open for him. But Teacher Peng is not behind. He asks Ma Fei to join Jingdu University. They'll provide him with the best resources possible. Ma Fei told them that he would like some time to think. So how about the others get tested first before he replies? It was just an excuse because Ma Fei wants to see which university Leon wants to go to. He will be going where Leon goes, thinking he must outclass Leon in every way. Teacher Pei agrees with Ma Fei. He says they will continue the test and ask the next student to come. The next student comes forward and introduces herself as Zhao Ziyue, and she is a healer. She uses her like a fresh breeze skill and heals her whole party. Teacher Pei gets really surprised seeing that she can heal the whole party, despite only being level 4. Next is Zuo Yu. She uses her shield skill and blocks Teacher Pei's attack. Zuo Yu loses 10 health, but Teacher Pei also loses 2 health. Teacher Pei again was shocked that she has such strong defensive ability, despite only being level 4, and a part of the attack inflicted on her shield will be reflected. Teacher Pei asks Zuo Yu if this is her talent. Zuo Yu says yes and explains that this is her D-rank talent, damage reflecting armor spikes. It can reflect 20% of the damage she receives. Teacher Pei is really impressed with Zuo Yu's skill, explaining that attacking her is attacking himself. To someone with the meat shield role, there's nothing more useful than this talent. After that, he asks the next student to come, and the next student is Leon's best friend, Yang Shi. After seeing him, Teacher Pei asks if he also has the meat shield role too. Hearing this, Yang Shi replies that he is not a shield skill user, but a mage. Teacher Pei gets really confused, thinking a 300+ pound fatty is telling him he's a mage. He thought if Zuo Yu and Yang Shi got mixed up in their class. Teacher Pei asks Yang Shi to show his skills. Yang Shi starts preparing his attack. Seeing this, Teacher Pei gets confused, thinking, what's this kid playing at? Because he hasn't felt a bit of magic at all. But Yang Shi doesn't mind because he uses his ground explosion magic and attacks Teacher Pei. After seeing Yang Shi's magic, Teacher Pei gets really shocked, thinking Yang Shi's talent somehow can't be detected at all but just explodes under his feet. Even he, a level 25 gunman, lost 3 HP without noticing. He cannot imagine what Yang Shi could do to people at the same level as Teacher Pei. Is this really what a mere level 5 mage could do? Teacher Pei looks at Principal Shui, thinking that he has to get someone to pay very close attention to Principal Shui, because he's created 5 geniuses in his school already. Who knows if he's secretly overpowered. Lastly, Leon comes and introduces himself, saying his name is Leon, and he is a level 7 Necromancer. He told them that his talent ranking is unknown. After hearing that Leon is a level 7, Teacher Peng gets shocked, thinking he's a whole 2 levels higher than the other 4. But he also misunderstands Leon because he doesn't reveal his talent. Teacher Peng thought, could it be because Leon's talent rank is too low, so he doesn't dare to say it? Teacher Pei says to Leon that they will carry out the test first and see what the results are. Leon agrees with him. Teacher Pei is really curious to know what kind of undead creatures Leon can summon. He was thinking that he can ignore being injured once by a new disciple, but if he, Pei Xingguo, were to be injured by one again, then he might as well go home. Leon gets ready and starts running towards Teacher Pei. Seeing him, Teacher Pei gets really confused, thinking, Leon is a necromancer, so why isn't he summoning the undead? What is he charging at him for? Teacher Pei guesses that maybe Leon got close-range explosive necromancy techniques. Teacher Pei thought that this student called Leon is too inexperienced because who would stand right in front of him in a battle? But Teacher Pei gets really surprised after seeing Leon preparing his fist to attack him. Teacher Pei understands that Leon wants to punch him, but he underestimates Leon, thinking, how high can a mage's strength be? So he lets Leon hit him. But Leon doesn't hold back. He uses his full power and gives Teacher Pei 200 damage by a single punch. He sends Teacher Pei flying across to another corner. Seeing this, everyone gets really shocked, thinking, what's just happening? How is this possible that Leon knocked a level 25 teacher over in one hit? Teacher Peng asks, Teacher Pei, what's happening? How could he be reduced to such a state by a level 7 necromancer? Because it's widely accepted that necromancers are the physically weakest ones. He asks Teacher Pei if Leon is his relative, that's why he is going easy on him or something. Teacher Pei was really angry and shocked. He is also thinking about what just happened. He can't believe a level 7 newbie can deal him that much damage. He thought, what kind of monster is this brat, because Leon nearly gave him a heart attack with one punch, making him think again if this is the standard for a level 7 person. Leon's classmates also rally surprise. They can't believe their eyes that Leon sent the recruitment teacher flying with one punch. Another student asks if it's possible that the Leon they are seeing is an undead being that's been summoned, and the real Leon is hiding somewhere. Other students agree with him, explaining that it's widely accepted that the Necromancer is the physically weakest role. So how could he send the recruitment teacher flying with one punch? Teacher Peng gets scared, thinking, this newbie is kinda terrifying. Luckily, Teacher Pei said he'd do the tests, or I'd be the one losing face. Leon asks if his test is over, but Teacher Pei is really scared of Leon, thinking he is the most terrifying newcomer. Teacher Peng told Leon that he has passed the test, but Leon hasn't demonstrated his undead magic, so they can't really give him a score. Leon replied, saying that's okay. He's thought it through and he wants to major in physical fighting, like what warriors do. It was just an excuse because it's not like Leon can use magic now anyway, so getting into Jingdu University is more important to him. Teacher Peng said that specializing in a role other than your own is without precedent in the entire history of education. He takes out his phone, saying he will have to ask the principal about it. Teacher Peng calls the principal of Jingdu University. His principal asks him what happened because he didn't go to the 4th college in Sioux City to recruit students. Teacher Peng explains to him that he has found a terrifyingly talented necromancer here, and he wants to join the physical fighting major meant for warriors. Jingdu University's principal is really confused. He asks Teacher Peng what he wants to say, explaining in detail. Teacher Peng explains to his principal that he's only level 7, but he sent a teacher from Huaking flying with one punch. After hearing everything from Teacher Peng, Jingdu University's principal gets shocked. He says to Teacher Peng that he will give him the most authority in Jingdu University. No matter what conditions that student wants, agree to every single one of them. He must be convinced to join Jingdu University. On the other hand, Teacher Pei was also trying to call his principal to tell him about Leon, but he didn't pick up his call. Principal of Jingdu University asks Teacher Peng to start a video call. He'll invite Leon himself personally. Teacher Peng started the video call, and a hologram of a black-haired person appeared in front of everyone. He introduced himself as the principal of Jingdu University, Ji Pingyang. He starts to convince Leon and his classmates, saying he hopes they will be willing to join him at Jingdu University, explaining that they have a long and glorious history and excellent teachers. Suddenly, Leon interrupts and asks Principal Ji to save his breath, saying he is going to join Jingdu University. Teacher Pei, after hearing that Leon is going to join Jingdu University, gets really shocked. He no longer required Leon into his university. He thought he'd get the rest of Leon's friends, and he'll fight for them. But before he says something, Principal Ji from Jingdu University asks Leon's friends that since they're all from the same class, why not join together? They can take care of each other too. They all agreed to him. Teacher Pei is really angry. He asks Principal Ji why he is taking them all. Isn't this a bit too much for Jingdu University? But Principal Ji ignores him, continuing his conversation with Leon and his friends. On the other side, Teacher Peng is really happy. He is thinking that this will be the highlight of his admissions career. Leon interrupts them and asks Principal Ji if he has a few more questions for him. He asks Principal Ji if he knows Leon's father, Ray. Principal Ji gets really shocked hearing that name. He asks Leon if he is the son of Ray and Karen, saying that no wonder he felt such a strong sense of familiarity the moment he saw Leon. Leon, after hearing that Principal Ji knows about his parents, asks Principal Ji if he knows where they are now. Principal Ji explains to Leon that they were both his students, but he hasn't seen them in over 10 years now. He can only tell Leon that his parents were very talented individuals. Principal Ji remembers that the two of them disappeared without a trace for over 10 years. He fears they've already died, but he cannot say that to Leon. He tells Leon that he hasn't been able to get more information about them since they graduated, but he remembers that they would often talk about a private world. He asks Leon to go to his private world. It may contain something his parents have left for him. Principal Ji told everyone that he'll send the acceptance letter to them directly once they've created it. But before that, they should try to pass the worlds related to their roles before school starts, so they'll be even more respected in school. He says, good luck to everyone, and they will meet at Jingdu University. 1 week later, after passing the beginner's training, the fourth college separated its students into classes according to their roles in the other world. To put it bluntly, it was an intensive preparation class to try and get more students scouted by the elite universities. At the present time, in the fourth college's mages class, Principal Shui was telling everyone that today they'll enter a world specially designed for mages. He explains to them that this world is usually a test of their mental ability. It should be a logic or riddle-based world. So as long as they work together, the sum of their thinking will be more than its parts. Then Principal Shui tells everyone the criteria for passing. Sometime later, Yang Shi and Leon teleport into the mage's world. Leon asks Yang Shi if he is really sure they can do this. Yang Shi asks Leon, what could go wrong? All the theory in the world is nothing compared to practice, and the more people that go into a specialist world, the more dangerous it is. Instead of carrying them all, why not Leon just carry him? Plus, Leon can always carry them after they pass. He can do a specialized world multiple times. He just won't get the rewards. Suddenly, Yang Shi notices an elf girl standing in front of the gate. She was the same girl Leon saw when he entered the world for the first time. Yang Shi compliments that she is a really energetic girl and told her that they're going into the specialized mage's world. The girl who is standing in front of the gate welcomes both of them, and the system starts retrieving a world for 2 players. A moment later, a system notification pops up, saying, retrieving successful. The specialized world these 2 players have drawn is the Cave of 10,000 Poisons. After seeing this, Leon asks Yang Shi to let's go. But Yang Shi stops Leon and asks him, what is he doing? Is he not going to listen to the mission instructions? Leon, who is really confused about what Yang Shi is talking about, asks Yang Shi, what instructions? Are there such a thing? Yang Shi is also confused by Leon's question. He asks Leon if he didn't listen to the instructions. How did he pass the Cave of Skeletons? He said, Leon, surely you didn't kill a path through the skeletons, right? Leon cannot say anything to him as he realizes that he is an idiot. After finding out about how Leon cleared the Cave of Skeletons, Yang Shi said, Leon, you are such an idiot. After that, the elf girl starts explaining instructions. She tells them that legend has it that there's an ancient evil tribe in Qiandongnan. Its people are vicious and merciless, and are so good at using poisonous worms that they can poison one without anyone knowing. A poisoned person will grow deathly sick, and the poisonous worms will reproduce in their body, eating their flesh until their host dies. She notifies them that mission objectives are first to find the evil tribe of legend, and second to destroy all the poisonous worms. Mission rewards will be decided based on the way the player completes the mission. After hearing that, both of them enter the world portal. The elf girl also reminds them that the Cave of 10,000 Poisons requires 5 players to start. The system will automatically match them with 3 other players and ask them to make the necessary preparations. After that, Leon and Yang Shi match with another 3 random players to complete this mission. One of the random players who match with Leon asks him not to drag them down, but the blue-haired girl asks him to be more polite. It's fate that they got matched together after all. After that, she introduces herself, saying her name is Fang Yuan, and she is a fire mage. The boy next to her is her little brother, Fang Shun, also a fire mage like her. The last one is Long Cheng. Leon and Yang Shi also introduce themselves and ask them to work together to pass. After introducing themselves, they start heading towards the stone door, but they can't open the door. Suddenly, the blue-haired girl saw some words written on the door. She explains to everyone that the 5 words on this pillar should be instructions to open the door. But Long Cheng acts arrogant, saying who cares about some instructions? He'll break it down. He uses his magic skill and attacks the door, but the attack has no effect on the stone door. Seeing that, they all realize that this door has immunity to magic, and spells can't damage it. The blue-haired girl asks everyone to take a look at those words, reading that it says, morality and integrity provide peace. No one knows what that means. Leon thought that if this door is immune to magic, then there is another way. Suddenly, the blue-haired girl says to everyone that she knows the answer. But before she says, Leon breaks the stone door with his one punch. After seeing this, the blue-haired girl and Long Cheng get really shocked, thinking, how did he one-shot it? Isn't this a specialized world for mages? Suddenly, a system notification pops up saying, "Your answer is correct. The door has opened." Yang Shi was also surprised and is really impressed by Leon. Leon replies that he just wanted to see if they could push it open physically. He didn't think it'd be so weak. After opening this door, they see another door in front of them. But this door is really strange because this path is blocked by red flowers. Leon asks everyone to be careful of them. They look unnatural. But it's already too late. Yang Shi asks Leon to look at his hand. They don't notice, but they've all been poisoned by red flowers. Leon sees that he is losing his health very fast. Yang Shi asks Leon what they should do now. Leon asks everyone to keep moving forward. Staying here is just waiting for death. They have to get out of here quickly. Leon knows that if this continues, his health won't even last half an hour because his health status is really too low. So, everyone starts running towards the stone gate, but they have to solve the problem to open the gate, and they don't have time for this, thinking what they should do now. But before they could think of anything, Leon breaks the stone gate with his one punch. Leon tells the stone door that his father doesn't know the answer. With the help of Leon, they safely made out of the poison flower. But the blue-haired girl and her friends are really shocked, thinking, "Is this really a riddle-solving world? Why does it feel like they haven't needed to think at all?" Suddenly, a system notification pops up, congratulating the player for completing Mission 1 successfully, finding the evil tribe of legend, Cave of 10,000 Poisons. After seeing this, the blue-haired girl asks everyone if this is the Cave of 10,000 Poisons, and where do they go now. Suddenly, everyone notices a little girl with blue hair. She introduces herself as Xiaodong and asks everyone if they come from the outside. But suddenly, she notices that everyone is poisoned. She explains that it's poison from the bee and flower, so she asks everyone to follow her back to the Cave of 10,000 Poisons to get treated because if the poison gets too deep, they can't save them. But Leon is really suspicious of the little girl, thinking, when did she appear? And she mentioned the Cave of 10,000 Poisons. The blue-haired girl told her party that since they don't know what to do now, they should just get treated first. Sometime later, everyone reaches the 10,000 Poison Cave. The little girl introduces her parents to everyone. Little girl's parents ask her who they are. She explains that they're outsiders she met when she was picking medicinal plants in the mountains. They were poisoned by the bee and flower, and she asks her parents to brew a pot of 5 poison soup for them. Little girl's mother asks everyone to go into the house and have a seat first. She will prepare the 5 poison soup to cure everyone. Sometime later, they prepare the 5 poison soup, but after seeing this soup, no one wants to eat it. Lone Chang says to Yang Shi that since he has a more robust physique, maybe he should drink it first. Yang Shi replies that he couldn't because this is all fat and asks Lone Chang to go first. But Leon doesn't have much time left, so he decides to drink it quickly and get it over with because he only has half of his HP left. After drinking the 5 poison soup in one go, Leon tells others that this soup is not too salty or bland. It tastes great. The 5 poison soup really is useful. His poison status has disappeared. He asks everyone to drink up too and heal themselves because they don't know what dangers they'll face. After that, everyone drinks the 5 poison soup, and no one can feel the taste Leon told them. After that, Leon asks little girl Xiaodong if she could tell them about the history of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons. Little girl replies that she doesn't know the origins of the tribe either. All she knows is that their patriarch asked them to avoid the world and banned them from using their poison magic unnecessarily. But suddenly, little girl's mother interrupts their conversation. She says to Leon that since the poison has been dealt with and everyone is safe now, they should leave quickly. They're in the Cave of 10,000 Poisons and aren't very welcoming to outsiders. But the little girl is really angry with her mother. She asks her mother why she would want to chase them away now when they've just received visitors. Little girl asks Leon to relax and not listen to her mom. They should stay as long as they want. Leon replies, saying they'll stay if it's not too much trouble. They just got poisoned, so their bodies aren't in the best of shape. But he is really curious about little girl's parents' weird attitudes. After that, the little girl and her parents close the door and ask everyone to stay here and rest. They'll leave first. The little girl looks at the red full moon in front, and her parents say, "Let's go," saying the full moon's tonight. It's gonna start soon. After some time deep into the forest, all the people of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons have gathered around. They were standing around a well, summoning the great swarm, asking it to bless their poison cave with good weather and protection from disease. For that, the villagers offered it the freshest human flesh and blood. The villager patriarch dropped one drop of her blood into the well. Suddenly, a huge swarm of bugs emerged from the well. It directly attacked the people offered as a sacrifice, and in just a few minutes, only their skeletons remained. From the woods, Leon and others were observing all this, suspicious of the villagers. They came to see what the villagers were doing and were shocked to witness how only the skeletons of the sacrificed humans were left. The blue-haired girl said, "This is cannibalism." Seeing this, Leon asked everyone to go back first, and then talk, because dealing with poisonous insects and numerous tribesmen is challenging. Leon knew that although his attack power is high, he doesn't have any group attack skills. Before they could leave, the matriarch of the village sensed their presence. She said there are a few little mice around and called one of the villagers, Ju Shi, to go after those troublemakers. The matriarch laughed and told him not to play too hard and keep them alive. On the other hand, Leon and others returned to the village house where they were staying. Yang Shi asked what they should do now. The blue-haired girl said, "Looking at how pious those tribespeople were, if they learned that we're here to exterminate the insects, we'd probably be fed to them immediately." Before they could take any action, Leon heard some noise, and they suddenly saw hundreds of small bugs approaching them from all around. These insects were everywhere. The blue-haired girl used her fiery enchantment magic to kill them, and Leon used his staff. A system notification informed Leon that because his opponent is too weak, using melee attacks on them will not earn him stat points. Leon also knew that if killing even insects would get him stat points, he would have been carrying an open water bottle looking for ants a long time ago. Yang Shi used his sand-binding and ground explosion magic to kill all the insects. But in the process, the house they were in got destroyed. Leon praised Yang Shi, saying, "Who knew you could combine those two talents of yours?" Yang Shi got embarrassed, saying, "Don't mention it," because using those two talents in succession used up almost all of his mana. While they were talking, Ju Si came from their back, praising that they got some guts. He told them that he originally wanted to teach them all a lesson, but they used demonic magic to kill the insect swarm of their cave of 10,000 poisons. Now, they would all become feed for the insect larvae and die with insects eating them alive. While he was still talking, Yang Shi used the ground explosion magic and attacked Ju Si. Ju Si lost 11 health from that attack, but he was not injured. Instead, he got angry, asking how dare they try to hurt him with these petty tricks. Ju Si is a normal level 10 NPC with 300 health, 40 strength, and 20 defense. His talents are insect bite and poisonous insect control. They were about to see his status because, unlike a wild monster boss, the NPCs in the other world will have their personal stats hidden unless they take damage. Seeing Ju Si's stats, they all got shocked. They don't understand how they can win like this. His stats are basically the same as a boss. The blue-haired girl said this mission in the Cave of 10,000 Poisons isn't something newbies can accomplish. Leon thought, could this specialized world be different from others in some way? He jumped towards Ju Si to attack, and seeing Leon running towards him, Ju Si arrogantly said, "My arm's thicker than your thigh. I, Ju Si, could take on 10 weaklings like you with ease." But he doesn't know Leon's power. Leon punched him, and he goes flying, losing 121 health. Ju Si gets up and gets very angry, saying this is impossible. How could a mere human hurt me? He uses his insect bite talent, and when he does, his body enters the insect bite state. His health increases to 500, strength to 60, and defense to 70. Feng Shun was shocked to see that Ju Si's stats increased again, and his defense was multiplied several times. Ju Si's eyes turned red, and he arrogantly said, "No one can damage me now. I'll use your blood to pay respects to my insect swarm." Seeing him, Leon also gets in the mood to fight properly. After their fight, Ju Si is in very bad shape, and only 23 health remains. Leon beats the life out of him. Seeing the fight, everyone understands that Leon is a scary man. Leon starts interrogating Ju Si, asking what was that sacrifice he conducted just now, and who was that woman. Heavily injured, Ju Si has no choice but to answer Leon. He tells them that it was the insect sacrifice their matriarch leads every month. The Cave of 10,000 Poisons has signed a contract with the insect's queen mother, so they have to pay respects to them on the night of the full moon. That ancient green stone well is where the queen mother resides and reproduces. Hearing that, Yang Shi understands why Xiaodong's family wanted to cure them of the poison. He tells Leon that they must have wanted them to become the next round of sacrifices. Leon asks Zhu Si one last question. Why did Xiaodong call the tribe the Cave of 10,000 Souls, but Zhu Si calls it the Cave of 10,000 Poisons? Hearing that name, and Zhu Si get confused. He tells Leon that there's only one name with Dong in it in the entire Cave of 10,000 Poisons, and that's their matriarch, Xun Dong. Hearing him, Leon understands and thanks Jungxi for his cooperation. Juxia says, "You're welcome," and asks if he can go now. Leon punches him hard and says, "You can die now." Juxi loses his remaining 23 health and dies. A system notification comes, saying that it has been detected that the player Leon has dealt with the NPC Zhu Xie using melee attacks. 10 stat points and 50 experience points have been awarded. Another notification comes, congratulating Leon on successfully leveling up and killing the first NPC spawned in the other world with melee attacks. The S-rank item Sage's Protection has been awarded to him for this achievement. Sage's Protection is an S-rank one-time use item that negates one fatal blow. After getting the S-rank item, Leon is very happy. He didn't expect that this NPC would drop such an OP item because this is the highest ranked item in the other world. Feng Shui asks what they should do now, since villagers will find out they have killed him sooner or later. Longchong adds that they can't only count on Leon to take them on, as they all were scared because one villager was deadly enough. And the matriarch can control the poisonous insects, so how could they possibly beat her? Leon tells them that the mission just needs them to exterminate all the insects, so they don't need to face the tribespeople of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons head-on. Since the insect's nest is in the green stone well, they should just blow it up. He tells them to act before Sundong realizes what's happened. They all start heading towards the forest because this is their best chance. After some walking, they arrive at the well and, seeing that there's no one here, they approach the well. But when they get there, they see Xiaodong's parents' bodies lying beside that well. It is very shocking for Leon and the others to discover that the villagers killed their own tribespeople. Seeing this, Leon understands why they were acting so strangely. Now he realizes that not all the tribespeople are bad. Leon tells the others to leave them there and first destroy this well while they can. Yang Shi, Fang Yuan, and Fang Xun use fire, wind, and ground explosion magic to attack that well. There is a huge explosion, and with the well nearly ground, also gets destroyed. A big dark hole appears there. Seeing it, Yang Shi asks, "With this powerful attack, all insects must have died. So why hasn't the system notified them that they have completed the mission?" Suddenly, the matriarch of the poisonous cave comes from behind, laughing, saying, "You little rats have been naughty." With her is the backbone of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons, Kuang Mang. She was not expecting Zhu Si to die like that. Looking at her, Leon asks, "Should I call you the matriarch of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons, or Xiaodong?" Hearing him, the matriarch said, "What's the problem, big brother? Don't you like my current form? Should I turn back into Xiaodong?" In the blink of an eye, the matriarch turned into the little girl Leon met before. She acts cute and asks, "Which one do you prefer, big brother?" With a sad expression, she said, "I wanted to spare you, big brother, and carry on my bloodline with you. But you've killed so many insects. If I don't sacrifice you, the Queen Mother will be very angry." Leon asks her why she would kill her own tribespeople. Aren't they her parents? The matriarch laughs and said, "So what? They're just two useless, disobedient pieces of trash." Hearing her call her own parents trash triggers Leon's anger. When Xundong called her parents useless, disobedient pieces of trash, Leon got very angry at her. Seeing Leon getting angry over her parents, Xundong said, "Big brother, don't be angry because you will see them soon anyway." She laughed, and thousands of bugs came out of her mouth and directly attacked Leon. The bugs surrounded him and started attacking from all directions. Seeing Leon in trouble, Yang Shi and the others tried to help him, but before they could do anything, they got attacked by another NPC. The one who attacked them is Kuang Meng, whose insect bite status is active at the moment. He warned Yang Shi and others not to interrupt the matriarch. He is the one they should be fighting. Kuang Meng is level 10 with 500 health points. He has an average of 55 strength, defense, and agility. His talents are insect bite and poisonous insect control. Kuang Meng stopped Yang Shi and others from going to help Leon. So Leon, on the other hand, was fighting those insects alone, but he was struggling because there were too many insects. Leon knows that if they keep fighting, it'll be a suicide mission. If he can increase his agility and defense to 166 like his strength, he will be able to make it through with ease. Leon started thinking, should he use the active talent of Braveheart now? But he didn't use it. He can still revive once because of Sage's protection. So he decided to fight. He knows that he has to deal with the cause of the issue. As long as he can kill Shundong, these insects won't be controlled. Thinking all this, Leon jumped to attack her. Seeing Leon coming her way, Shundong laughed and asked him if he wanted to become the insect's food now. She thought that Leon cannot penetrate her insect wall, but she got shocked. Not only did her insect wall break, but Leon also reached her, and with a kick made a hole in her body. Shundong got angry after Leon kicked her. Her insect bite status got activated, and she turned into her mature form. Her status window pops up when she takes damage, which shows that she is a rare NPC. Her level is 10, but her health is 1000, which is very high. Her strength is 30, her defense is 20, and her agility is 50. Her talents are insect bite, poisonous insect control, and shape-shifting. Yundong was very angry at Leon, saying, "Ungrateful brat. Can't you just let the insects eat you?" Seeing her status, Leon got confused as to why she is a rare NPC, even though her stats are less than Juicy's. This makes no sense. While Leon was thinking all that, Shundong said, "Big brother, you've made a hole in my little stomach. It'd be bad if you damaged it." She swung her hand and her agility suddenly rose to 80. Leon was surprised to see it, and before he could react, Shundong attacked him with full power. Leon backed off, but it was not enough. Shundong stabbed Leon's chest using her hand. Leon was shocked and vomited blood. Leon could not understand what just happened, how agility can be increased in a split second. Leon didn't have time to even react to it. Leon lost 71 health, and only 9 health remained. Shundong didn't remove her hand from Leon's body. She told him to relax, telling him that once he is dead, she will skin him and keep it as a souvenir. It'll look great. Leon was in a lot of pain. When Yang Shi saw Leon like that, he got worried and tried to go help him. But again, Quang Mang attacked him and didn't let him help Leon. Quang Mang again told Yang Shi and the others that he is the one they should be fighting. After fighting for that long, Yang Shi and the others could only deal 188 damage to Quang Mang. Yang Shi was angry and used his sand-binding spell. Seeing it, Quang Mang laughed and told them that their tricks are useless against him. He hit the ground to counter Yang Shi's sand-binding spell, saying, "Your attacks are just tickling me." But he got shocked, seeing red sand instead of yellow sand. He asked Yang Shi why the sand was red. Well, it was already too late. Yang Shi used ground explosion magic, and with a huge explosion, the ground exploded. Quang Mang lost all 312 health and immediately died. Yang Shi, who was before a fatty, turned into a handsome young man when he entered his fat-burning state. The reason why Yang Shi's last attack on Quang Mang was so powerful was that Yang Shi used his fat-burning state, which increased his spirit by 296. Seeing Yang Shi in this form, Feng Yuan and Long Chong were very shocked. After killing Quang Mang, Yang Shi ran towards Leon to help him. Seeing Yang Shi, even Leon was shocked, asking what happened to him. Yang Shi explained that he didn't know. The moment he got anxious, all the fat on his body burned away, and now he has almost 300 spirit. Leon was shocked hearing that a person's spirit affects their talent usage, and 300 points. That's almost as much as some mid-tier mages have. But then Leon got an idea. He grabbed Shundong and asked Yang Shi to use ground explosion magic to deal with him and Shundong together. Shundong got shocked, asking Leon to let go of her. Yang Shi asked Leon what he was saying. He told Leon that if he used ground explosion magic, he would die. Leon shouted, telling Yang Shi to trust him and do it. Yang Shi didn't have a choice but to follow Leon's word. He activated the ground explosion magic. Shundong understood what was happening and asked Leon to let her go. She didn't want to die with him, but Leon laughed and told her that it was too late. There was a huge explosion where Leon and Shundong were. Yang Shi and others were looking at the fire, all worried about Leon. Suddenly, a system notification came, saying, "Lethal damage has been detected. The S-rank equipment Sage's protection has been activated, and this instance of damage has been negated. Player Leon's courage in the face of death has been detected. The A-rank passive talent Strong Contract has been awarded. Strong Contract is an A-rank talent. Its effect is that every 50 points of health will increase the player's strength by 1 point. Every point of strength will increase the player's health by 10 points. From the smoke, Leon came out. He was safe because of Sage's protection. Leon was happy to see that there's such a good thing. It looks like the system really doesn't want him to die. If he has 166 strength, that means he gets 1660 more HP because of his new talent. Now Leon is a level 8 Necromancer with 167 strength, which doubles because of Leon's god-overwhelming strength talent. His defense is 6, agility is 9, and his spirit is still 0, but his health is now 1740. Leon has got nearly 1800 HP now. He doesn't have to worry about being killed in one hit by a boss now. Seeing Leon unscratched standing there, Yang Shi comes running to him. He asks Leon why he didn't kill him since he has 300 spirit. Leon jokes with Yang Shi, asking him if he is sad that he can't kill him. Couldn't he revive if he died? Jokes aside, Leon asks Yang Shi if Shundong dropped anything after he killed her. Yang Shi tells Leon that he didn't get a notification that he killed her. He thinks she's still alive. When Yang Shi said that, suddenly a voice comes from the smoke behind, saying, "You two are a real pain." The one who said that was Shundong. She congratulates Leon and the others, saying they will soon admire her true beauty. Now Shundong turns into her final form. Half of her body turned into an insect's body. This form of hers has no name. In this form, her health reached 2000, strength 130, defense 80, and agility 100. Now she has new talents: poisonous sting and plundering violence. Leon and the others were surprised to see Shundong in this form. Leon asks if this is her true form because she's super strong now. He told Yang Shi to hurry and cast ground explosion magic on her again. But Yang Shi told Leon that he can't. His spirit's back to 48 points. The increase in spirit from burning his fat seems to be temporary. Suddenly, everyone gets a warning alert notification. The system tells them that the boss of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons has been strengthened by an unknown power. Its difficulty far exceeds what new players can handle. It asks players to please leave this world immediately. Seeing the notification, Leon asks the system what would happen to their custom world. Yang Shi tells him that running, escaping from this monster is good enough. Why is he still thinking about the mission? The system tells them that it has been calculated that the players have not defeated the boss, the Queen Mother of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons, so they should leave and restart the custom world. Leon doesn't like what the system is telling them. He starts running towards Shundong, saying, "Principal Ji Pingyang specially told me to pass the custom world, so no matter what Madoff, you'll die today." Seeing Leon coming, Shundong also runs towards him, saying, "Very good, disgusting humans. There's no way you can injure this body. I'll skin you alive." But when both of them hit each other, Leon loses only 124 health, but Shundong loses 196 health. Both of them continued attacking each other, and Shundong continued losing more health than Leon. The reason why Leon is doing more damage is that he has more strength compared to Shundong. Shundong was shocked to see Leon's power, thinking, "What is this brat exactly? Why hasn't he died? He's only level 8, but he might do more damage than me." She starts to wonder which of them is the boss here. She could not understand how much strength Leon has, and how does a mage have this much strength? Thinking all this, it suddenly hits Shundong. She tells Leon to wait, asking him if Bai Zhe sent him. Shundong was thinking it must be it. Only Bai Zhe can create a monster like Leon. He was the one who made her after all. Leon didn't stop attacking her. He raised his staff and shouted, "Bai Zhe, Hey Zhe, whatever. I'm called Leon Qiao." Saying that, Leon swings his staff and hits Shundong with his full power. Shundong loses her remaining 213 health. When Shundong heard that Leon's surname is Qiao, he said it can't be. Could it be that lord? But she could not understand that if that's the case, why would he kill her? Shundong died by Leon's last attack. A system notification comes, saying it has been detected that the player Leon has defeated boss monster through melee attacks, so 15 free stat points have been awarded to him. Leon also gets 75 experience points, and with that, he levels up to level 9. After leveling up successfully, Leon currently has 5 experience points. He now needs 90 experience points to level up again. He also gets 5 free stat points for leveling up. When Shundong dies, a system notification comes, telling that the Cave of 10,000 Poisons anomaly has been resolved. The system congratulates the 5 players on successfully completing the specialized world for mages. Hearing that, Everyone takes a sigh of relief that they finally passed. The system starts assessing the player's ranking. After the system's assessment is completed, it announces that player Longchang is F rank, player Fang Shun is E rank, player Fang Yuan is E rank, player Yang Shi is A rank, and player Leon is S rank. After assessing the ranks, the system starts giving out rewards according to player ratings. The system gives S rank rewards to Leon. He got 100 experience points and 10 free stat points. He also got the A rank talent book Door to Acre. Well, after getting 100 experience points, Leon levels up again. For leveling up successfully, he got 5 free stat points. Now Leon needs 100 experience points to level up next. He was happy to see that he is level 10 now. But only after entering the early stage can he say that he is another world player who can go solo. Leon asks the system what's in the soul's core. The system draws, and in it, Wild Spider's Plate, a B rank item, was found. Its effect is that it increases the player's health by 800. There are no roll restrictions on it, but it has a level restriction of early stage, that is, level 11. Seeing that Wild Spider's Plate, Leon thought that this equipment's effect fits his strong contract talent. The other thing he got was the mysterious Rubik's Cube. It's a Rubik's Cube that has been sealed by some power. Leon thought it's just a strange Rubik's Cube. But suddenly, a system notification comes, telling Leon that the mysterious Rubik's Cube has recognized and bound to its host. Then the mysterious Rubik's Cube activated. With that, Leon has obtained the ability to assess the abilities of humans within 10 levels of themselves. But there was another unknown locked ability in it. Leon was surprised to see, thinking why did this Rubik's Cube would bind to him, and why it has a locked ability. Just the one ability is already powerful. While everyone was checking their rewards, suddenly through a portal, that yellow-haired elf girl comes out, congratulating the 5 players on completing the Cave of 10,000 Poisons. As an extra reward, she increased their spirit by 20%. Hearing this, Yang Shi was too happy, saying, "Brother Leon, this reward is amazing." Leon also laughs with him, saying, "Yeah, it's good." But in reality, Leon was very sad because his spirit is 0, so 20% of that's still 0. This reward is useless to him. After that, it was time to leave this world. But before they could leave, Fang Yuan and her party members come to Leon, thanking him for saving them and carrying them through the specialized world. Leon told them that it's no problem, and he will see them around. While leaving, Fang Yuan asks Leon and Yang Shi which universities they are applying to. Yang Shi told her that they have already secured a spot in Jingdu. Hearing that, Fang Yuan said she will definitely get in too. With that, all 5 of them left the world. When they left, that elf girl looked at the portal and had a very mysterious smile on her face. At this moment, our protagonist Leon is level 10 with 202 strength, which doubles with the god-overwhelming strength talent. His defense, agility, spirit, and mana are the same as before, but his health is 2120. He has the talent the Mage's Brave Heart, which rank is unknown. His skills Muscle are Creates Miracles. A rank, Strong Contract a rank. He is equipped with the Ring of the Skeleton King, a C rank item, and he has 3 talent books: Skeleton Summoning Magic F rank, Withering Magic B rank, and Door to Acre A rank. Now on to the story. Sometime later at the 4th College's canteen, Ma Fei was shocked to find out that Leon is level 10 already. Ma Fei could not understand that since a warrior's specialized world has many more monsters than a mage's. Under normal circumstances, the former will level up faster than the latter. So how is Leon the same level as him? Well, everything aside, the most shocking thing was Yang Shi's transformation. Zhao Ziyue, pointing at Yang Shi, asked Leon if he is sure this is Yang Shi. She finds it hard to believe. Zhou agrees with her, saying, "Yeah, this change is way too much. He's much more handsome than Ma Fei." Yang Shi, while eating, asks them what use is looking good. He is going to gain the weight back as soon as he can. If not, he would not feel safe at all the next time he enters the other world. Yang Shi asks everyone that since they have all secured spots, are they still sitting for the other world examination? Well, it was a valid question because in Kaiji, the most important day of the year is the day of the examination. It is a means to select the next generation of talented individuals. Most students who have secured spots at universities will still take part for a common goal, to be the top scorer. That person will not only become famous, but be rewarded with an A-rank piece of equipment. Ma Fei swings his sword and states that he is taking part. He must get first place amongst the warriors. He smiles and tells everyone that he has heard his father say that it's different this time around. The top scorer will get an S-rank piece of equipment. Leon didn't say anything there. But he has decided that since it's S-rank, he must be the top scorer this time. While Leon was going home, some people were following him. One man asks the other named 7438 if it's really this brat. He's only level 10 at most, so how could he beat them? The other man named 9527 told him that they just have to bring him in for questioning. When Leon goes down an alley where no one was, then both of those men come out. When both of them suddenly come in front of Leon, his ability to detect character attributes got activated. Leon was surprised, asking, "May I help you?" Well, both of them were assassins. One with brown hair was early stage level 16, and the other one with blue hair was early stage level 18. The blue-haired man asks him if he is Leon, the mage who killed Zundong of the Cave of 10,000 Poisons. Hearing that, they are here because of a world's boss. Leon, could they be the Baize Shundong mentioned? Now he understands that Baize isn't a person, but an organization. Leon got too carried away. He should have questioned her. Leon, with a straight face, lied to them, saying they have got the wrong person. He is Ma Fei. Hearing that, the brown-haired guy gets angry at the other guy, saying, "I told him it couldn't be this boy." He said sorry to Leon, saying he has got the wrong person. Hearing him, the blue-haired guy punches him, asking, "Is he dumb enough to believe whatever he says?" The blue-haired guy told Leon that they will check themselves if he is Ma Fei or Leon. Both of them jumped to attack Leon, but Leon didn't even move or react to their attack. Both of those assassins attack both of Leon's soldiers. The brown-haired guy was shocked. He said to the other assassins that warriors are stronger than mages, but he's not even dodging, so he is not lying. But Leon didn't give them any chance to doubt. He also jumped towards the brown-haired guy and hit him with full force. The brown-haired guy flew away and hit the wall, losing 197 of his health. The blue-haired guy was shocked when he saw that the brown-haired guy was knocked out with one blow. Even he couldn't do that. And Leon acted like nothing happened even after being attacked twice. This makes the blue-haired guy think that this defense and this strength are not what a mage could have. He also believes that Leon really isn't a mage they are looking for. With an angry look, Leon asks the blue-haired guy if he is up for round 2. Seeing Leon angry, the blue-haired guy gets a little scared. He laughs and tells Leon that fighting is the best way to get to know someone. He said that they bear no ill will. They have mistaken him for someone else, and they are very sorry. He told Leon that he is just a cog in the organization, ranked 7438th in terms of strength. He asked Leon to let this matter end here. Hearing that a level 18 assassin is only ranked somewhere in the 7000ths in Baize organization, Leon thought he had to let them report back, or they'll take revenge more harshly. Leon walked away, saying that he hopes that the two of them can find the Leon they speak of quickly. He asked them to please tell him if there's anything he, Ma Fei, can do to help. The blue-haired guy told Leon that there's no need. They will manage. Well, after that, Leon went home and checked on the internet about Baize organization. He found that Baize is the name of a legendary divine beast with a snow-white coat and a horned head. It's as strong as a lion, and flames run along its 4 limbs. It knows the names, appearances, and how to exorcise all the demons in the world. For that reason, it has been worshipped as the divine beast of exorcising demons and auspiciousness for a long time. Leon got frustrated thinking about what kind of organization Baize is. He can't find anything on them at all. Leon knows that his identity will be exposed sooner or later. He can't keep staying here. There's no way he can take on something as secretive and powerful as Baize with his current strength. Leon's only choice is to take part in the examination because even an organization like Baize wouldn't dare to act against an examinee in this period of time. It would be a heinous crime. And Leon will be safe once he gets to Jingdu University because its principal, Ji Pingyang, is the best swordsman in the world and is known as the sword god Pingyang. So if even Jingdu University isn't safe, nowhere will be safe. After thinking all this, Leon then takes out the Rubik's Cube he found in the world he passed before. He is curious to know what this Rubik's Cube that dropped in the Cave of 10,000 Poisons is. He thought that could this be the part that makes the specialized world different from normal ones. Did his parents leave this for him? But he could not understand how they would know that he would pass that world, and how could they leave something behind in it? He is curious about the connection between Sundong, Baize, and his parents.